Okay, so I'd like to welcome you all out to this morning's webinar on Rapid Intake's mobile 2 release, the Custom HTML5 content. We are now officially starting the webinar. We have everybody in listen-only mode. What we're going to be doing for this morning, we have Andre Chatlin with our staff here who will be handling any questions that come through. He'll be heading up all of the questions that come back and forth, so feel free to fire off your questions and they'll be answered live as we go. I will not be paying attention to those as we go through. I'll just mainly be presenting the content. So as you have questions, feel free to ask those and we'll address them as we go through. If there's a number of them that we need to address separately, we'll have them in record and we'll be able to follow up with you as furthermore, we have a couple of poll questions that we'd like to start off with to kind of get a sense and feel of the individuals who are here and the different experience levels that we have. So first off, here is the first question. We're going to go ahead and launch. If you'll go ahead and take a moment to answer this question so we can get a feel for the audience and be able to kind of help out and tailor it from there. Okay, so it looks like we have about 41% of the attendees in the 4 to 7 years worth of experience, about 26% 8+ years worth of experience, and the rest in the earlier categories and are relatively new within the industry. So thanks for responding to that. It'll give us an idea as we go through here, you know, the different levels of experience that we have with it. The next question that we have really quick is the level of experience that you've had and what size is your current development team, and that'll help us get an idea as well while we're doing this presentation as to how you can collaborate here within the tool as well. So I'm going to go ahead and launch this. If you'd respond here, we get an idea as best to help. That would be helpful as well. Okay, looks like just a few more need developed, but relatively clear. Over 58% of the attendees here have a team size of 2 to 5. Then the rest are single users, and about 15% of the total attendees have 6+ learners, or rather developers, within your team. So looks like the majority that we have here, like I said, is the 2 to 5 developers. So thank you for your time on answering those questions. So what we're going to go ahead with here is, I guess I failed to mention, my name is Austin Christensen. I've been with Rapid Intake a couple of years as an account manager and working with the sales side of the team. What we're going to be covering today is, whoops, let me go back, is basically the way that we have now launched here in the new Mobile 2 content, the alternative mobile content option, and how that works with the previous option where you were using a Flash interaction and then you had an option for the alternative mobile content. Now we have the ability for you to use the HTML5 editor or the custom HTML5 upload option, where you can upload as the customer any packaged custom HTML5 content that has been developed in another tool such as Adobe Edge, Hype, Sencha Animator, Raptivity, and other custom HTML5 tools. And then obviously we have added in the new page, the SWF HTML5 page form, so any custom interactions that you've created in any other Flash tools saved as an SWF can be mimicked within an HTML5 custom tool and packaged together on the same page for launch. With that said, what we're going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and launch into the specific tool. So from here, when you log into your specific tool, so right here I have our tool coming up, and this is the demo account that we use. And I have prepared a simple 2-page slide here of the new Custom HTML5 form. So when you launch the editor, you can see here the first 2 pages that I've developed. The first one is the packaged content. So this page is titled as the packaged content, which is the new page form of the SW5 and the HTML5 custom content that you can bring in. This editor content page is our WYSIWYG page, which is the visual layout page of what you see is what you get. So here on this editor, the page that I created is just a simple new training with an image of Free Willy, and in this training we will learn about, and then I just kind of left that in general and I created a hyperlink here. That page has been saved within the tool, and so that is an interaction that is created there, so you can place the media assets where you want on the tool within the staging area for the learner. In the next step here in the mobile content, I went ahead and I used the editor. When you launch the editor, here you can see that it's pretty much blank. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is just reproduce the same page that I did in the other. New training. I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to make it bold. And I'm going to change the font size to 24 point. Then on the next line, I'm going to go ahead and click over this icon where I can insert a specific image. And this opens up, as you're familiar with, those who use the tool, the different images and media assets that I have uploaded already. On the second page is where I have the Free Willy image. I'm going to go ahead and select that, use my original image, and insert that image. Now this image is a little bit larger. I'm going to just track it down a little bit, use it about this size. And then here at the end, change the font size. Well, I'm going to go down to about a 14 point. In this training we will learn about, and then here you can create the same hyperlink, and on this hyperlink I'm just going to go ahead and click it. We'll go to I'll just put it to animalplanet.com. Obviously, for your specific training, you'd want to put in the specific as you would have. Whoops. Need to put in the HTTP. There we are. Okay, that's been updated, and I'm going to go ahead and submit that page form. So you can see here on this, we have used the editor for the content that we have launched right there. Here on the package content, I have these obviously reversed as far as the different editor or the specific content that was created in another tool. Here we have, if you don't upload your specific SWF that was created in another tool, you have our default HTML5 flash temp. We've updated that to match the interaction that we have created in Adobe Edge for the HTML5 content that has been packaged. So here we have the 10-inch and then the 7-inch. If you have any questions on it, when you hover over it, as you can see, it says upload either an HTML file or a zip file, including the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And you can read through that to get any of the information that you need, and it gives you the sizes in there as well. When you hover over this, it does the same thing, and then you can get any more specific information, and it gives you the here so that you can review it in this step here. So here, this information has already been uploaded into the tool. When I click here, it gives us the media editor, and this is the HTML zip package that we've uploaded for the 10-inch, and this is the HTML content that we've uploaded for the 7-inch. So you simply select here and click Insert, and that has already been inserted. Then here in the 7-inch tablet, the same information has been selected here, and then Insert selected, and that has already been done. One other quick comment I want to review on here within the editor, as I apologize, I jumped around a little bit. But here in the editor, while you are editing the specific page, let me get to the alternate mobile content editor. Here are some of the options, as you can see here when we inserted the link. That's pretty standard. You can break it. This is what you would click to open up the images that you've already uploaded or upload a new image to insert. This would be the icon that you would use to insert or embed audio files or any videos that you want to have launched. And then, of course, this button right here, if you were to select, it turns around and it shows the specific source editor. So if you know this code, you can make advanced edits, or you can put it all, if you know all of the code here, you can put it in and update the editor and have the code entered in here. So now that this has just very simply been packaged and put together, I'm going to go ahead and preview the course. Now while this pulls it up, I'm going to scroll this down and you can see the flash interaction, how it came through there. You can go back and have it redone. So this is the little SWF simple interaction, and then the flash content for the editor content that I put in on the what you see is what you get, the visual layout page was the new training. This is the training we were learning about, and on this one when I click it, it brought up the Northern Lights expeditions, ongoing kayaking with the wells, and that's the one I used there. And then here when you shift it to the tablet view, you can see very quickly the interaction pops in and over, and it gives the general instructions right here to tap the button to access the glossary, tap this to access the narration, the forward and back navigation bars that are standard here within this player. Then of course you pretend that your finger is the mouse, and when you tap you're touching it, so you can swipe or swipe. And then here you can tap on this interaction, the selling cloud, and this is just an overview of our parent company, Calidus Cloud, the marketing cloud, and you can see that this HTML5 interaction brings in the image, the logo, the information to be launched, and of course you can rotate that and view it on the landscape view. You can still swipe. Whoops. See on the selling cloud, the marketing cloud, test those buttons. Everything looks good. And then dropping it down to the phone view, this is the first interaction that was created and how it is viewed on the phone. And then the second page, as you can see here, we have the image of the well and Free Willy that has been brought in. And of course you can click on the hyperlink from the rotating device, from your device, and it would launch here. I put in the Animal Planet website. So from here you can see that the different options that you have available within the editor are either using the editor itself to create the content, or dropping down the box and uploading the content that was created in the other tools. If from here there are any other questions that haven't been addressed, go ahead and launch those through, and we can go ahead and continue to edit through them. Some of the other options here is, as with any of the other pages, whenever you add a page that comes in and you use the normal flash interactions in our form fill step-by-step settings, upload your image, position it, the width, if you want any caption, heading, text, or if you want to put in a URL for that, then upload your audio file. And this option, as you go through here for the alternative mobile content, now you can use the editor to put in specifically what you see is what you get content for the mobile deployment of the course, as well as upload any other specific content that has been created in the other tools. So given that this is pretty much a very basic overview, I'll go ahead and turn the time here now to just review some of the questions, see if there's any of them that need to be specifically addressed, and we'll take it from there. So I'll pause one moment while I'm reviewing those with Andre. If you have any questions now, go ahead and drop them in, and we'll see if we can address any of them specifically. Okay, one of the specific questions that was asked here that I see repeated, I'm going to go ahead and address it. When you have finished up with this specific course, it does lace it within your SCORM content. So when you go to the deploy options, I'm going to go ahead and close down here this viewer. If you were to come here to the same course, when you get to the deploy option, I'll choose this course just to go through and show. You have the option here on the deployment to make sure that you can still deploy this to just your mobile course. This course that was created is for just mobile. Let me go back here to the authoring and actually shut this down and let it save. So here, whoops. So this new Custom 5, when you go to deploy this course, you can see here the default is to go to Flash, so and that is a change in the tool. You'll need to make sure that you choose Flash and Mobile if that's how you want it to deploy, and then it will manage through the LMS and choose your version of SCORM 1.2, 2004, or AICC, and then go ahead and proceed to download the package, and you will be able to cover it entirely. It'll lace it with SCORM, and you can use it with any other SCORM-compliant LMS, as long as that LMS also allows the learners to navigate to access their courses from their mobile devices. Then the learner will have no problem accessing this SCORM-compliant content and track their results, and you'll be able to see that within the LMS. One of the other specific questions here that's come up, I'll go ahead and address, that came up, is here on when you're building the specific course and you're using the package and uploading the content that was brought from a different tool per se. When you do choose the option of using the upload, then you do need to choose, as you can see here, the mobile content. You do need to make sure that your sizing fits the 10-inch tablet, and then you do need to do a separate one and make sure that it fits the 7-inch and the phone, as those sizes are specific. You can see here when I hover over this, the sizing down there, the landscape and the portrait sizing, it gives you some of that more specific information. And then a lot of it is trial and error as you use the 7-inch and the phone, and then view between landscape and vertical mode views on the devices that you can see and toggle between those two. Okay, one moment, I'll scan a few more of these questions. Okay, some of the others are they're scattered on different across different topics. So we'll do a follow-up individually and get back with you on a number of those. One other thing I did want to point out here: when you preview the device, when you preview the course specifically, sometimes the browsers, as you can see, it's created a separate frame here within this. You come down here and you can see the Flash version, and the Flash version here. And then from here, you can then see the phone view, the tablet view, and this is an emulator. So this program emulates how the HTML5 will launch within the specific device. And whether it's an Apple device or an Android device should make no difference as to how this looks. But of course, given the differences in many of the Android devices, and the final testing would be here to preview this on your specific device, enter in your email address here and click send, and it will send an email to you that you can access from your device. And then from there, you can go directly to launching the course on your device and do your final testing to make sure that everything launches out how you like it and how it needs to be tweaked, and then you can make any final adjustments as needed. One of the other things to note here, if you click here on our support forum, here in the forum, you can click the forum, and then on our videos, right here, this rapid intake mobile content HTML5 editor comes straight to Andre Chotlin Chatlin, who is answering our chat, the questions, he is the one who developed this video, and you can get some more specific helps. You can also do a search, and if you need to contact support, you can click Contact Support here and chat live with a support technician, can help answer any more specific questions as you go as well. Furthermore, we do have a wiki. Our wiki address here is wiki.rapidintake.com. This is the different options of working with the different page templates. And you can see our product, the eLearning Studio and mLearning Studio, have been merged into one. It is now the Rapid Intake authoring tool suite of tools. And this wiki will allow you to go through and choose many of the the different helps that you have. And also here on the support, the main My page, you can join and have a forum with the other members within the team or who have joined and registered here within the page here, and you can have an open forum within everybody that's here. I'll go ahead and pause here and review, make sure that we've covered everything else, and just do a final review of the questions, and then looks like we're getting close to the half-an-hour time frame. So as we pause to review this, if there's any other final questions, go ahead and answer them now. We'll see if we can review them immediately. Okay, two final things to review. In this video right here, everybody who's currently using Rapid Intake, I would suggest you look at this video immediately. It will let you know if you have any existing courses that are already mobile, how to update those courses to include the new editor, and then any of those Flash interactions that were not available previously to be launched on the mobile side of that existing course. You will then have the ability to go in and add in either the HTML5 editor or bring in any packaged content, and this will show you right off the get-go how to update your existing courses. At our home page of rapidintake.com, you can have access to the plans and pricing, the different options that we have on a basic 1 to 4 license level. The larger the team, the more the discount is there for the group and the collaboration. And if anybody is in editing and working on the course at the same time here within the tool, if another team member of mine were working on this specific course, it would give me a bubble down here and let me know who is working on it with me. And then if they're on a specific page, it would lock them out. So you can, the bigger the team, the easier it is to collaborate, and also with the included review features and the ability to microcycle and test the course, you'll be able to greatly reduce the time on the bigger teams to get your course fully tested and ready to launch from the time that the formal development is done through the testing cycle and fully launch it. The tool will be able to allow you to do that at a much more rapid pace without big long chain emails and whatnot. So here is where you could also click to try it for free. You can register for a free trial. The free trial will allow you to bring in to 10 licensed members. So given that the majority of the teams on this broadcast are 5 to 9 individuals, you'd be able to bring your whole team in to sample it, use it, and put it to the test and find out how much it will be able to help you and your team save time in development, time in the testing cycle, and be able to get it out across platforms and manage your your course and your e-learning and m-learning development. Here on the Contact Us page, you can see that you can contact David Blakely in sales, myself, and Andy Lee, and you'll be able to reach out to any of us with any specific questions. One of us will probably be following up with you individually if you're not already a customer. If you are a customer, we'll also follow up and do any final questions that you may have and help follow up on those specifically. Furthermore, the final thing, while you are in your specific course, we'll use this and then we'll end it. This package content here, if you go ahead and hit and you're in the Mobile 5 content, when you preview the page, it'll launch it up and it'll give you a pretty good idea of how that looks. And then this is the 10-inch, and you can see how that comes through as that preview was on it. And there'll be some other features and stuff. I'm sure I've missed a few other things. But as you go through, if there's any other formal questions, feel free to get directly in touch with either David Blakely, myself, or Andy Lee. If you've already been working with one of us separately, then feel free to follow up with them, as they'll be your account director. And we'll just go ahead and go from there. So we'll go ahead and sign off and wrap this one up. And I thank you for taking time out of your busy days to look at Rapid Intake and for your interest in our authoring tool. And we look forward to serving you and helping out in your authoring tool needs. Thank you.